Hello, beautiful, curious, and creatives. Welcome. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've been together to make something. I know that I posted a video yesterday, which I had pre-recorded a couple of weeks ago, of a journal share. I was sort of MIA last week because I was under the weather, severely under the weather. Actually, I think it was the week before, and last week I was just trying to catch up with life, and before I knew it, the week was over. So I am so happy to be back. I have missed being here with you guys, and especially since the last time that we got together, which I believe was May 1st, we were coasting for, excuse me, the 100 subscriber mark. And we've reached it since, and I just wanted to say thank you. I couldn't be happier that we reached that milestone. And as promised, I am going to have a giveaway. And so I want to talk about that before I go on to what we're going to do today, which is the third way, finally, of using paper. So I've given the giveaway some thought, and unfortunately, although I'm grateful for everybody that visits the channel, I can't just do it for the subscribers because not every subscriber is subscribed publicly. Some people have their subscription lists private. So it would exclude those subscribers if I were to do that, if I were to have YouTube pick from the subscribers. I'm also grateful for everyone that stops by the channel, so I wanted to make it all inclusive. So this is what I am thinking. Since the announcement was made on the May 1st video, which was not yesterday's video, obviously, because today is the 14th, it was the video before that when we did the slide-in tabs for the journal pages, the double-sided tabs, or belly bands. There could be a million things, so whatever you would like to call them. So since that video, I would like to include everyone that commented on that video, everyone that has that commented on the video, and the video after that, and clearly this video. So that will be included. I will also include everyone that is subscribed publicly. And doing it like that because I'm gonna do a drawing. I'm not gonna do an automatic YouTube pick or whatever. So I'm gonna, put the names in a hat, or the channel addresses in a hat, and then we're gonna draw from that. And so it'll be an entry for all the subscribers that are publicly subscribed. Everyone that has commented on each of the May videos since the May 1st video, when the giveaway was announced, which also prompted the 100th subscriber. And like I said, I will randomly draw a winner via video on May 17th. So that will be the Friday morning, this Friday morning. And it'll be early enough that hopefully it'll be uploaded to YouTube before noon. So let's say 9 o'clock on the 17th is going to be the cutoff mark, right? For commenting or subscribing to be eligible for this drawing. And then the winner will have until Sunday evening at 11:59 to contact me to claim the prize. If I don't hear from the person that's the winner of that draw, then on Monday morning, again at 9 o'clock, I will have another drawing. Okay, so I think that's fair. The drawing will be an assortment of all the ephemera that has either been made or shared on the channel since January of this year. I think one of my first posts was something like my January make. So a sampling of that and a sampling of everything else that we've done to date, which will include what we're going to make today. Okay. So I thank you so much for all your support of the channel. I so appreciate you stopping by, commenting, the likes, the comments, and all my subscribers, new and I feel funny saying old because you're not really so old, but you know what I mean. All my subscribers throughout these months that the channel has been up and running, and I look forward to continue to grow it and offer you something that's hopefully inspiring and that you can use and enjoy making for your journals. So with that said, of course, if you have any questions, you know, leave a comment with the question, and I'm going to be paying close attention the next few days, and I'm happy to answer it. So today we're going to make these cute little folios, and I have to be honest, I'm trying to, since I used up all my paper making those inserts, I'm still feeling a little bit lost not having so much scrap paper. So I figured I'm going to tackle some books of scrapbook paper that I have that I just, unless I'm looking for something very thematic, which I don't ever really do, or something very specific that I know that I have in those books, I don't touch those books. I've given away a lot of that paper. I still hold on to some because, you know, I'm not going to throw it out and, you know, just waste it. So this is just a creative way to use that paper. For me, it's a creative way to use that paper. This does not necessarily have to be made in paper that you don't enjoy working with. But it can be. It can be because it's also a great little something to give someone or to put in a journal that may not necessarily match, for me, the theme of my journal, but it looks nice in a journal because it's pretty and it has purpose. So, you know, you can use paper that you love, paper that you like, paper that you don't enjoy, but have and you don't want to throw out, which is my case. So it's a cute little folio. It measures 5 by 8 purposely because I wanted to be able to fit inside my journals. The smaller journal that I make, which is usually a 9 by 6. So this will fit very comfortably in it. I'll show you this one first. It's tied with seam binding. The closure is an eyelet, right? You see it there. And it opens up like this. Literally 3 pieces of paper, of scrapbook paper, 1 sheet of coffee dye paper, which could also be a sheet of any other type of paper, and a doily. That's all I have used in this folio. And as you see, it has a pocket and a tag. Nothing is decorated because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know if I'm going to put it in a journal. I don't know if I'm going to send it to someone. So when it's time to use it, I will, you know, I'll fluff it up and decorate it. But in the meantime, it's going to stay like this. Because I just don't have a vision for it yet. And so this is a pocket. Okay. The center, it's 1 signature. The other side of the pocket, the piece of coffee dyed paper, a belly band, and a journaling card. You can also clip something here. You can clip something on the pages. I have reinforced it with a piece of coffee dye paper, you know, the excess of this sheet. So really there isn't much that's going to waste. It's cohesive, it's pretty, and like I said, it has a purpose, right? So this is this one. And then this one, I wouldn't necessarily say that I wouldn't use this paper, but I haven't, so I'm not using it. Okay, so this is the back. The pocket, the tag. Oh, I forgot to put up a little ribbon on the tag. The back of the tag. The same, it follows the same pattern. The coffee dyed paper. The two pieces of scrapbook paper that make the pocket. The doily in the center. And the belly band going the other way on this one. And here I have like a little booklet, which could also be made into a journal with, you know, 1 or 2 sheets of paper if you wanted to. Fits nicely there. Here I did this brad closure with the tie. I have so much of this baker's twine and I don't use it. And I was so happy to see that I liked the way this one looked with this, you know, with this folio. So I did the, oh, what I wanted to show you was, I got sidetracked, I'm sorry. That I did the brad closure, and then, so this piece of coffee dyed paper also served to cover that closure as well as reinforcing, you know, this the closing flap here. And then I gave it a very wonky stitch. Okay, as you can see. Nothing too serious, but just a little something. Okay. So it doesn't have to be stitched, obviously, like this other one. It doesn't have to be distressed. It can be any measurement that you want. And then I hung these 2 little charms. I think these are Tim Holtz. These charms on there with a little bit of tails. It doesn't have to be stitched. It doesn't have to have that type of closure. It can just be closed. As a matter of fact, we're gonna do an easy closure with one of them. Just a wraparound closure, no punching holes or anything like that. So I have some coffee dyed paper. I have some doilies, right? Because I'm kind of married to that center piece with the doily. I like that. It's simple. It also ties in the white from the scrapbook paper because I'm not using double-sided scrapbook paper. I am very cheap with that. Like I don't use that. I need to use it in a book that, you know, it's not going to go to waste. I think it would go to waste on something like this. So, and then I have 3 sets, 2 and 3 of each of 3 pages each. So this would be my cover, and then I have something that goes with that, and then another piece of paper that goes with it. Oh, is it the green one? Okay, so it would be this one. So the cover and 2 for the inside. This set would be the same thing. The cover, I would use this as the cover. And then these would be the 2 inside pages. And this paper pad has a ton of prints, and every so often, like let's say every 8 sheets, those are all coordinating pages, and then it goes to another set and those are all coordinating, and they have Valentine's and summer and Christmas and, you know, all kinds of stuff that I was really into many years ago, but not so much right now. So this would be the cover, and this would be an inside, and this would be an inside. Okay, so let's start with the one that I had. I'm gonna put this behind me with this one. So I did say that they measured 5 by 8. So my height is going to be 8, right? My width is going to be 5, but I am going to use the complete width of the 12 by 12 paper. So I'm only going to cut 4 inches off wherever I, you know, want based on what I wanted to show. And so for this one, I am thinking, and I'm going to cut them all at the same time because it doesn't make sense not to. These are not directional papers. I can use them any way I want. If I wanted to use them like this, then I can just do that. But I'm just going to keep the white tab at the top. So with this one, I really want this to kind of show. So I'm going to try to do the 4 inches off the top. And I would prefer to do 4 inches at once because that's what I'm going to use for the tag and then the pockets and whatever. So if I were to do like, you know, 1.5 inches here and 1 inch here, then this paper won't be enough for the pockets like I did in the ones that I showed you. But you can use another paper for that. So, but just because, you know, I want to use all of this, I'm going to try to keep it cohesive. So I'm going to cut the 4 inches. And that's what it's going to look like, right? This is where it's at. I'm going to get rid of that white tab. So let me just make another cut through my 4 by 12 pieces here. And this is what I have, okay? So I am going to, I want it at 5. The base, I want the base at 5. So I'm going to measure using my grid here. Oh, you don't see it, but you know, using my squares. I am measuring about 5 on the middle part, on this part. This part needs to be 5. So, but I'm paying attention to this because I want this to show on my flap. And then this is going to be the inside. So I'm thinking that somewhere along here, and these are the only measurements that I'm going to give you, only because, you know, clearly I'm measuring to that. And I just want you to know why I'm doing it, because I'm making it to fit the journals that I typically make. Okay, so this is 5 by 8. And so here, I want this to be 5 also, right? I want this to measure between here and here, 5 inches, because this is going to go inside. And actually I just lied. I want it to be a little less than 5. So I'm gonna be happy with 4.5. Because if it grows a little and it gets a little chunky, I want it to have some room, right? So I'm going to go to 4.5. And then I'm going to cut this now. Okay. So from here to here, it's 4.5. As you can see, it's not exactly at the fold. There's a little room between the end of this and the fold, which is exactly what I want. So I'm going to cut. Guys, this is like the simplest thing. Okay, you see it? So easy, but I think it's so adorable because you can do so much with it. So now what I do is, just so I can have these going the way they should be, I'm gonna flip this piece of paper, because this is gonna be the pocket, right? This is gonna be the pocket. So I am going to take my circle punch and I'm going to make the notch on this, which is the inside, and that's where I want my notches, on this sheet of paper. You don't have to have a notch. I want a notch. So that's why I'm going to do it now, because then I am just going to glue it, and that way it's done. So I'm kind of eyeballing the center, and it looks like it could be here. So now when I glue it, it's where I want it to be, right? So super easy. I do want to ink my my edges, so I'm gonna do that super quick, because even though, you know, this is not paper that I love, I'm gonna try to make it as pleasing to my eye as I can. And grunching it up a little bit gives me joy. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the center. And I'm sorry if I'm like in your face. I'm looking to see how close I am to the screen. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so, you know, super quick, nothing too serious, just to give it a little distressed edge. Excuse me. Okay. And I'm gonna go here and here. Loosey-goosey, the way we like it. And now I am going to glue. And so obviously I am going to glue. Here and here. So the top and the bottom. So my sides are open. Okay. And I noticed that on my last video, I was talking about this art glitter glue, and I called it Fabri-Tac. And, you know, I'm not so well versed with, you know, videoing and all this other stuff, that I even know how to put, like, you know, something on the screen saying, oops, it's art glitter glue. So I got a chuckle out of that. So please forgive me. I was talking about the art glitter glue and misnamed it. Okay. So let's give it a quick. And I see that my papers are all wonky. I'm just gonna do this. Or maybe run it through the cutter, I don't know. Or maybe it doesn't even matter. Okay. So then I am going to cut my coffee dyed paper. And I also want this to be 8 by 5. Okay. So I am going to take let me open my my cutter. I don't think you see the cutter, but I'm right here. So this is actually going to be 8 by 10 because it's gonna be folded. So the paper itself needs to measure 8 by 10, I mean. And that's gonna give us that perfect sliver of paper to, or maybe not, I don't know why it didn't. Okay. So we have that. I'm going to distress the edges that don't have the coffee dyeing. And then I'm going to take the doily and place it in the center. If you want to stitch around your little trifold, this is the time to do it, okay? Because you don't have anything on it. Once you start, you know, putting the signature and then the other things, and you'll be stitching over it and the closure. So if you want to give this a stitch, this is the time. I'm not going to stitch it. I'm going to leave this one like this. I usually stitch everything, but I don't know. I'm not really feeling the stitching today. I don't know why. So how is everyone? How are you doing? Like I said, it's been a minute. What's happened since it was Mother's Day a couple of days ago. Happy belated Mother's Day. I feel like Mother's Day is every day, you know. I think as a mom, you really, you know, you work hard every day, and you should also celebrate yourself every day. So I know we had that a couple of days ago. Have you guys been crafting, making anything? I know this is a busy time of year for a lot of families between graduations and, you know, Mother's Day, Father's Day, communions, confirmations, if that's something that you celebrate. Okay, so I'm gonna put this grungy part in the front just because I love it. And you know I love it. Oh, I did cut it bigger then. Okay, that's why it didn't. But you know what? It's fine. I'm gonna leave it like that because it's okay that it's a little bigger. That doesn't bother me. I rather preserve the grunge of the paper, you know, the original grunge of the paper, than size it. It's not big for the space, so it doesn't matter. It's just a little wider than the pocket page, and that definitely does not matter to me. So I am going to leave it like that, and then I'm going to take a larger doily, and that's the one I'm going to go for. I'm sorry you can't see me. I'm going to fold it in half, and it's going to go here, and I love that. I love it. I love it. What I am going to do is do the pocket and the belly band before we stitch this in. Okay, so on the offcuts, we have 3 of these, and we have 2 of these, right? So I think I want to use these 2 for the tag, and I want to do the pocket and the belly band with this one. Okay, so I'm going to use this part here for the pocket, and I think I am going to mark this by distressing it. Okay. It'll just give me an idea of where things are. Let me see if I can do this a little better. Okay, so this is this side. Okay. This pocket's gonna be a little narrow. So maybe I want this to be the belly band and this the pocket. Right, we can switch it up. Why can't we switch it up? It doesn't have to be the way I did the other ones. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make this the pocket. And I think I wanna cut like right here, right? And then let's see what we have left over. So this will be the pocket. I'm going to notch it because I like that. I also feel that the paper, because it's not so sturdy, it's not cardstock. You know, taking things in and out might tear the paper a little bit. So I think by notching it, you have a clearer, you know where to pull from. So we're gonna do this, and we will definitely have a pocket wide enough for the tag. Okay. All right, so we're going to place our pocket. So like I said, this is not something that's, that's earth-shattering. It's just a little project that's cohesive. It's practical. And it's adorable. So we have our pocket, and we have our offcuts for a tag, and that's what I'm going to make now. I'm going to make the tag. But maybe I'm going to cut it first. So I am measuring. I think my setup is a little far from me today, so I'm sorry if you see me struggling. It's because I am, but we're gonna make it work. Okay. So let's glue. This is non-directional paper, so it doesn't matter which way you glue it. So let's, or at least to me, because it's not super obvious, the faded writing on it. So I'm treating it like that. going to wipe this because, oh, I don't want us to get into trouble with it. But I don't want to take the whole mat with me either. Okay. So it's actually, you know, it's funny. I don't know if I'm struggling because the setup is a little far from me. But also I haven't really been crafting so much. I've done a couple of things in a hurry, so to speak, you know, some daily challenges, but nothing like, you know, that requires a lot of my attention. So I need to get back into the swing of things that way. I did mention that the next thing I want to do is actually a journal. And I'm just trying to work up the nerve to make it one of those start to finish. Okay, guys, so I'm going to show you what I use for my... Oh, my goodness. Okay, for my corners, these are pre-made cardboard markers that I use. So when I make my tabs, they're nice and even. You know, some people cut, they flip, they hold, you know, they cut on the other side. I don't have that gift. So this is what I do. It works for me. Don't judge me. It's not pretty looking, but it's practical. So there you go. That cat's out of the bag. I'm going to distress. Yeah, so yeah, so that's what that's what I want to do for the next not series, but what I want to share with you next. And I think I'm gonna go like really grungy, which is not something that I have done in the past. Sorry, it's a bit of glue here. So that's what I think we're gonna do. Okay, so this will go here. Our pages will go here, and our closure will go here. And so the other ones I kind of rounded the corners, but I'm not going to do that with this one because I am not going to attach closure. I'm going to make it kind of flowy and just tie it. So I'm going to leave the sharp corners on this. What I am trying to figure out is if I want to put something on here, and I'm thinking yes. I am thinking yes. And maybe I will cut this one and just use this one for both sides. Let's see how that looks. So it's not too overpowering, whatever we put on there, to give it a little... Maybe I want to do that and do this. You know, you can also do a little bit of washi tape on here, you know, towards the inside, whatever you want to do. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this, but I'm not going to go to the end, just to kind of break up the white, because that's really the purpose of doing that. And it gives it a little reinforcement. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go, but not all the way. I'm putting glue on the strip of paper. Sorry, I know it's off frame. But I have so much space between the mat and where I am because you are far from me. My setup is far from me. Okay, it is a little crooked. And while that doesn't necessarily always bother me, it's a little too crooked for my taste. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if that's better, but I can't play around with the paper too much, so we are gonna leave it like that. And I am gonna cut this part here because nobody wants that excess. Okay. This goes here. That's that. And then we're gonna put this one here the same way. Okay. So super easy. You use up the paper that you have, right? You're using up the paper that you took out, just about every bit of it. And you have something nice and practical for your journal, for Happy Mail, for your pen pal, whatever it is. It's, you know, it's got pockets, it's got journaling space. It can be decorated, or you can leave it for the person who is getting it, for the recipient to decorate, which I'm a big advocate of. So this is what it looks like. And I am so daring that I am going to stitch with you. You do know that I've never done this on camera before, and there's a really good reason for that, and you're about to find out. And I have some nerve doing it when you're 50 feet away from me, but let's do it. So I am just making the holes with my awl through the doily, and I have my needle and thread here already. So I'm just gonna measure, oh, I don't know, 2, even though I am not doing a double. I'm not doubling it. I'm just doing it once and tying it in the center so I don't have strings on the outside. And you saw that I only made 2 holes. So I don't think there's a name for this, and if there is, I don't know it. I think it's a pamphlet stitch, but by no means is it a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, which is what I normally use. Okay, so here it is. Here it comes. We're done. This is a little challenging because it's so slippery, but I've done it before, and I am certain that I can do it again. Right? I have glue on my fingers, so the thread's getting stuck. Okay. We're gonna do a bow. And that's it. Oh, this is too long, and this is definitely too long. let's fix this a little bit. Well, I'm gonna do a knot here. So again, you can decorate this. If the paper that you're using, just as a suggestion, because I was thinking about this before, if the paper that you're using bothers you too much, you can always, you know, collage over it. This doesn't bother me. This doesn't bother me because it's small, it's not the paper at large, and it's going to be a very sweet insert in a journal. And then I'm gonna put stuff in here, right? And maybe decorate this. I do have to give it a little thing at the top for the ribbon, and that's it. We're done. Let's put a little ribbon on that because I want you to, let me get some seam binding here. I don't know what color I want to do. Okay. Hopefully this will be enough. I never cut it long enough. But this will do. I mean, that's it. And here is the journal that it's probably going to be completed with all the things that we have made that I'm putting in here. It doesn't, I'll put it in the center of the signature right here. And you do know that you can also make this the center of a signature. Make it when you're ready to sew in your signature, stitch it into the signature instead of on its own. But look at how beautiful this is. I mean, it's like a little journal all onto itself. So that's what that would look like. Let's make another one just because we can. Let's make this colorful one. The other set of papers is similar to this one, but let's make this colorful one together. So I want it to be 8 high, and then I actually took, instead of a print and a pattern, I took 2 patterns with the cover, but that's fine. I mean, we're not decorating our living room. So, and so I have to decide, do I want this part of it or do I forego the birdie? And I know this is not going to be popular, but I'm going to forego the bird because I think it's going to be more complete. So let me get rid of the tab, the white tab. And oh guys, this is a tough one. I love that little bird. No, I'm gonna leave the bird in the cover. I chickened out. It worked fine. What do you think? Right? With the birdie at the bottom. So that'll be the inside, and this part will be the cover. Excuse me. All right, so let me cut this to 10. I'm gonna do it a little shorter. And then we said the height is what, 5? No, the height is, oh, I'm drawing a blank. The height is 8 and the width of the sheets is gonna be 5. Okay, so we're gonna cut a 10, and then we're gonna cut a half of this 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And this is what we're going to have. And then here we need to cut these two at 10, right? So we're gonna take about 2 inches off this here, because this needs to be a 10. We're gonna fold it in half, and each half is going to measure 5. I'm gonna do this now, okay? Right? You just cut that little edge there so everything's nice and even. When I glue it, it's gonna be uneven again, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna fold this in half. 4, 5. Oh, I have glue everywhere. Sorry. Let's just clean this a little bit. I don't want the papers to get stuck. Okay. And then we are going to could we leave the bird on the outside and have it open this way? Of course we can. Here I am saving the bird when I was willing to do without it all of 2 minutes ago. Now I need to have the bird in the picture. Funny how things work. Okay, so I'm trying to measure the 5. I think this is where how I want the bird. Okay, let's figure this out, and then we'll figure out 5 from there. So here we go. Here's 5. And it is going to go like this. What do you think? And I think this is actually too wide because I forgot that I wanted it a little less than 5. See, I don't want it to pull. There's resistance there. Okay, I'm glad this happened. So I'm going to take another sliver off this. So there's no resistance when it goes in here. I could also make this a little wider, but I really wanted it to stay at 5. So I'll take it off the stack or the signature. And I'm going to take 1/4 of an inch. Love it. Perfect. See where it's at? Right here. We got plenty of room. Okay, so I'm going to do some quick inking. And I'm only going to do it on the outside because you know what? I can do that afterwards. So, but not this part. So let me do this part. Because once I sew in my signature, this is going to be very difficult to do. Okay. We're going to mark here. And we're going to mark here. Okay, the outside I can do after. And this will go here. I am going to use this doily for the center, right? And I think this one's a little smaller than the one before. Or you can use anything else or not use anything at all, right? That'll go here, but I'm gonna notch my paper that's gonna be used for the pockets. And this I am going to ink as well because once it's glued, I really can't, especially that other sheet of paper. This here. Once we glue, this is not really accessible. Okay. This goes like this, right? I'm going to glue. Hold this here. I am going to glue. This is also going to be hard to distress after. Okay. I think I'm going to hold it like this. Excuse me. And glue it. See if it stays in place a little better. Guys, seriously, I'm a menace with, I mean, look at this. With this art glitter glue, not Fabri-Tac. I have to say, I am super excited about the giveaway. Super excited about it. Not just because we reached 100 and have now surpassed it, but because I am so looking forward to sending you something that we've worked on together. That gives me a lot of joy. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, so this will go here, and this will go here, and all of this will go here, and this will be our cover instead of this one. So I think we're going to do the same thing. We are going to do a pocket here. And I don't know, maybe we will do a belly band here. Okay, so let's figure this out. So this is a really good offcut in terms of the imaging. What do we want to do? What do we want to do here? Do we want to do a tuck, a pocket, a belly band? All right, I'm gonna go for, I have no idea. I'm gonna cut here. And I am thinking, I'm gonna do a belly band there. I'm so afraid because I don't know if that was the popular. No, really like this in the front because you can see it as soon as you, yeah, as soon as you open it. And let's see which part of the image we want to use. I think this one for sure. Okay. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use this as a belly band. Okay. And I forget that I'm 7 miles away from you. Okay. This will be the belly band. And we'll do a pocket on the other one. On the inside, the very inside panel. Okay. I am literally almost a foot, like literally 10 inches away from my workspace. My, you know, my area here that you see. What do you think? Yes. Okay. I like that. Too small. Should we use this one? Let's use this one as the pocket. And we're gonna cut about here. Okay. I'm making everything because I don't know where I'm gonna notch it. I did see that it had some writing on it, but I don't know if I'm really caring for it. Yeah, let me notch it on top of it. Okay, so maybe here. Okay. I'm kind of chuckling on myself right now because I'm going so fast with that glue and it's not even necessarily on the edge like it should be, so I can make the most out of my pocket. I feel like I'm a good eighth of an inch in instead of just on the, you know, on the edge. Jeez. Okay. And so what are we going to put in here? Because now I use this, so we're going to use this other part of it. Let's glue. Let's glue this so we can make a tag. And of course you can, you know, if you wanted to do like a little booklet or, you know, a little notebook or a stack of papers, you don't necessarily have to use the same papers. I'm just suggesting this so we don't waste any of this paper. It helps it be cohesive if, you know, you incorporate the print also. But It doesn't have to be the same. And you can use whatever paper you want. So I kind of like this little, it looks like a ticket or a stamp. You see it? It's part of the paper. So I don't feel this glue is dry enough, but I'm still running it through the cutter. Okay, so this one has this stamp here on this side, and this one has this. So I'm gonna do my tabbing up here, my corner cutting here. And that'll be that. All right, I'm going to apologize if I was out of frame a lot. I feel like I was, and I am as I'm saying that. I will do a better job with my setup next time, because I really did it. I did a terrible job. Being so far away, and you do know that I need to do things under my nose so I can see. So that just didn't make for a good combination. So I'm really sorry. I will be more conscious of that next time. What do you think, guys? You know what I think would also be cute with this? Like some stamping on here, or you know, here on the coffee dyed paper. That would be very cute also. Okay, so we're gonna put this here. I'm gonna stitch it. And I know it doesn't go like that. I'm just closing it to see. All right, let me put some thread in my needle. We made 2. It took us over an hour, even though we did some housekeeping in the beginning. So hopefully this is something that you feel will be worth your while to make, and you've enjoyed watching the process and have some ideas on how you can make it your own, and make some use of them, and use up some of that paper that you know that you have that is just sitting around, and you know you pass it up. So I'm going in on the one hole I made here. I made the other one here. Here it is. Here it goes. Right here. Okay. Take out my needle. And we're going to tie it. Wait, let me do this first, actually. This is, this thread is already waxed, so it's a little slippery, or I find it slippery. Okay, make a bow. I probably will add a little dangle or something to this. I'm not even sure how I want this closure to be. But I have the feeling that I am going to just tie some seam binding around it like that other one, because I really liked the way that looked. What I haven't figured out that I do need to figure out is what I am going to put here And I don't have any more paper, right, from those offcuts. So I am going to maybe make a little booklet or make a piece of, I don't know, do a little piece of paper for there, and I'll show you what else I'm gonna put in there. I need to cut the top because otherwise it won't fit. Cut the top a little bit. Well, I'm gonna put this here. Oh, I need to cut the top a little more. Okay. Okay, and then I meant to say, and then I'm going to put this little, can't really see it, but it's there. And on here, I am going to put this strip of paper, just to reinforce that tab and break up that, you know, that panel of white paper. Yeah, that's not necessarily visually appealing to me. So I do like to cover that. And I'm gonna go to the edge with this one. Okay. As opposed to leaving, you know, a little bit of white there. And I know that I'm gonna have some excess on this side, so I'm going to cover it. Okay. Well, everyone, this is it. This is what I wanted to show you today. Make a little bit of a folio with some of that paper that we don't necessarily love, or some of the paper that we absolutely love. Oh my goodness. I thought I cut this longer and it still doesn't, it's not enough for a bow. Okay, doesn't matter. So we're gonna tie this here, and this is our, I'm gonna put this on this side and maybe cut this a little because I don't know, then it's just disproportionate, I think. Okay. So these are the two that we made. These are the two that I showed you prior to the video. Thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget the giveaway. I so appreciate your support and your feedback and your time more than anything. I hope that you are well. It was nice to be with you again today. And I hope you are safe, you are thriving, you are healthy, you are feeling loved. I will be back on Friday for the giveaway. Don't forget to comment. I hope you are here with me again next time. And don't forget that I love you so much. Thank you guys. I will see you soon.